Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Boo is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place. In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now, what do you need of Minsc? There is more than a little to know, I think. I am huge. Ah, you come in search of stories. It is not yet time to tuck Boo in for the night, but very well. After our adventurings with the Ballspawn, Boo had had his fill of godly flesh. So, we returned to Baldur's Gate for a time. After all, in every city there is a sweaty underbelly, crying out for a virtuous scrubbing. None better to wield a brush than Minsc and Boo. Perhaps we rubbed some villain's rump a little too raw. This Minsc does not know. One moment we stood in the city slums, the next, ambush! Then Minsc and Boo woke on the wide, with stone dust in sensitive places. Aha! Perhaps this is the reason, Boo. It is not because of the legendary thickness of my skull. The mind of Minsc was occupied with important matters. I was browsing a slum vendor's stall, looking for Boo's favorite nuts. And then, I was stolen. For Minsc, those years passed as quick as a hiccup. It was long ago, then, it is now. I do not like these metal men on the streets, or the villains who hide behind them. But the new world is not so different to the old one. The city still clings to the hill. The sea still stretches on forever. And the stench of evil still makes Boo wish for a tiny peg on his nose. As long as that stench remains, no matter how old or young the world is, Minsc and Boo will not rest. We have. Is it not wonderful? To irk your friend so that she wishes to fill you with some crossbow quarrels, but knowing she never will for fear of hitting your hamster. There is no need for sweet words between companions such as we. Too often those are the weapons of flatterers and frauds. But she who will beat you about the head with the cold and pointy truth, that is a true Wicklaren. You suggest that Minsc uses the term lightly? Simply leaps from Dynaheir to Jaheira with no caring for the custom itself? An unworthy thought. And wrong! In between, there was also Aerie, my second witch. She needed a protector, and Boo suggested that it might as well be Minsc. And when she went her own way, Minsc and Boo set to thinking. There is power in the Wicklaren bond. far too much to be wasted on weeping. To use that power to serve the living does not sully the dead. It honors them. So, duty, camaraderie, help in troubled times. What I call the bond of a Wicklarin, you simply call friendship. I think I understand your meaning. Then Jaheira is my Wicklarin. And so are you. You are my Wicklarin. And Astarion is my Wicklarin. And Gale is my Wicklarin. And Shadowheart is my Wicklarin. And Mintara is... a friend of yours, I am sure. My thanks to you, Wicklarin. You have given me much to think on. And should some enemy knock it loose again, you shall remind me. Of course, my friend. Or are we not friends? Does it? Well, you have seen all there is to see of Minsc, short of me stripping down to my stitches. Perhaps I can... but no, Boo has only just made himself comfortable. Let us leave the inspection for camp. Now, does Boo see a question in your eye, or just a parasite poking through? Well, Boo, explain yourself. Clear enough? There is nothing jestful in the bond between a ranger and his companion. Before Boo, I was a typical berserker of Rasheman. Duty-bound and full of my own seriousness. The problem with one so gazing of their navel, however, they are easily ambushed. Brigands split my skull like a sodden wineskin. It was as I recovered that Boo first appeared. He told me that I had felt the great poking finger of justice, marking Minsc as its champion and Boo as my guide. As for the headache, well, justice cannot always afford to be gentle. Ha! The way you tell the tale, it sounds almost silly. Now, shall we away? My boots crave the crunch of unvirtuous nethers. Oh? The mind of Minsc is a simple place. Of what strangeness do you speak?
The memories resurface. A lifetime of battles blurring into one. A single constant is Minsc, launching into the fray no matter the foe, be they god, monster, or man. It seems just the barest glimpse of what the man before you has seen and done, but enough to know that he has no right to still be alive.
Ah, wait! That look in your eye. I know exactly what visions of Minsc you have seen to cause you such wonder. My pants. Thrice laced, in the Rashomar style, so that a berserker might split skulls without fear of splitting breeches, too. They are fiendishly complex, but fear not for Minsc. With training, he has learned to master the many little knots. Ha! So thought my first teacher in the Berserker arts. I gulped air like a greedy ox, so she sent me pulling her cart until I learned better. Eventually, Minsc got so mad, he threw her cart down the mountainside. My first berserker rage. A fine teacher. On this matter of sharing memories, I see no reason for us to worry at one another's worms. If there is more we wish to know, we can simply ask, no? Is it power? True, it has made Minsc strong. Boo can scarcely get comfortable, so firm has my physique grown. But what does the parasite take in return? It is a horror wrapped in honey. Stay your sweet tooth, says Boo. So dark an alliance sealed with Zentish contracts, cultish vows, and a dragon's shining hoard. You think Minsc could forget? You are correct. I have no idea what any of that was about. But we shall simply... Boo! Why do you gnaw at my soft parts? I am trying to... Once again, in smaller words? I see. This truth you seek. Boo believes that Minsc is knowing more than Minsc knows. But it is a difficult thing. There are memories of this time that Minsc does not remember. And Boo suggests that, just as he helps with tricksome itches in awkward places, you must reach what Minsc cannot. The parasite. You can use it to tickle free whatever truth you seek.
At first, there is nothing. His mind is empty as a still expanse of open country. But then... Your face, the Stone Lord's face, mirrored in bloodied steel. In the heat of burning buildings, you hold your blade high above pale, frightened faces.
No, that is not right. I slew only monsters. The voice said that they were monsters.
A whisper. The Absolute's voice, twisting the petty guild thieves before you into snarling, savage beasts, feeding on the weak of your city.
The guild. The Stone Lord hunted them, peeled away their rotten ranks one by one to lay bare their corrupt heart. 9 fingers keen. That is what the Absolute bought Black Zentish Steel to do. To kill the Guildmaster. What does it matter? Cultish thinking has occupied Minsc's mind for long enough. Now is time for doing. And this talk of evil overthrowing evil, pah! Like a many-headed hydra biting at its own throat. Bring forth the hydra, says Boo. More faces for the punching. First we pop the Zentrum blood. Then we show 9 fingers, the 5 fingers of Minsc. Yes? Minsc has forgotten nothing. Once we are done with the undoing of his deeds, then we will speak of this Stone Lord.